Our story begins in the year 1896 on the busy streets of London, England. Sarah Crewe and her father had just arrived from India. It was Sarah's first trip away from home, but she wasn't excited by the bustling city around her. For Sarah knew she would soon be separated from the father she loved so dearly.
I know this is hard, Sarah. But if my partner and I find diamonds at the Punjabi mine, we'll be rich as kings. But the jungles of India are no place for you.
I understand, Father.
I'll send for you as soon as I can. The Minchin School is one of London's finest.
It's an honor to have Sarah here, Mr. Crewe. She seems a perfectly behaved young lady. Mrs. Crewe has done a commendable job of raising her.
My mother died when I was very young. I was raised by my father.
I do beg your pardon.
It was a while ago, Miss Minchin. My daughter Sarah is everything to me. Please spare no expense.
Yes, Mr. Crewe.
You may pass the bills along to my solicitor. He'll look after everything.
Of course.
Now, if you'd show us Sarah's room.
Please, follow me.
I want you to have this. Your mother gave it to me to remember her. I'm giving it to you to remember me.
Oh, Father, she's beautiful! Thank you. I love her.
She's called Amalu and she's very old. Once, hundreds of years ago, she belonged to an Indian princess. She has magical powers.
Magic?
They say that if you believe in her magic hard enough, then the thing you wish for most of all can come true.
Extra linen for Sarah Crewe. Cost to me 3 shillings. Charged to Mr. Crewe 15 shillings. Extra food. Cost to me 2 shillings. Charged to Mr. Crewe 10 shillings. You're much too forthright for my taste, Sarah Crewe. But I can put up with you as long as your father's money keeps flowing.
It was clear that Miss Minchin, the head mistress, had no love of children and saw them simply as a wonderful way to get rich. Sarah Crewe did look forward to making new friends, but already she missed the adventure of life with her father in India.
And when was Queen Victoria crowned Queen of Great Britain and Ireland? Lavinia?
1837, Miss Minchin.
Correct, as always, Lavinia. In 1876, Queen Victoria assumed even more honor and power when she was proclaimed Ermengarde. can wait. In 1876, Queen Victoria was proclaimed...
I'm sorry, Miss Minchin. I've forgotten.
Pick up your exercise books.
Empress of India. Miss Minchin, I remember now. In 1876, Queen Victoria was proclaimed Empress of India.
That is correct. In future, Ermengarde, I'll expect the answer when the question is asked. Class is over. Lunch will be in 15 minutes sharp.
Thank you. What you did was wonderful.
I know you'd do the same for me if I needed help.
Sarah, I'm Nicola. This is my friend Elizabeth.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
We're really glad you're here at Miss Minchin's school.
I'm new here. My name is Sarah Crew.
At Miss Minchin's, young ladies don't talk to servant girls.
I talk to everyone, as long as they're not rude and mean.
I'm Becky.
Pleased to meet you, Becky.
I regret that I cannot be present at my Sarah's 11th birthday. Please see to it that her birthday party is the best that money can buy. Of course it'll be the best, Mr. Crew. And of course, you'll pay dearly for it.
What joy this Sarah brings me, as do all my little girls. They're such a treat to have, with all their smiles and darling curls. I cannot do enough for them, their wish is my command, provided that their parents drop their cash right in my hand. Oh, money is my passion, it's my hero, it's my king. There's nothing that excites me more than sacks of coins a jing. It's the one possession that I cannot do without, the one thing in this whole world that I really care about. Now, raising very proper girls should be its own reward, but frankly, after 20 years, I've gotten rather bored. The lordships and their ladies are most grateful, to be sure, and I insist they show it in hard currency that's pure. Oh, money is my passion, it's my hero, it's my king. There's nothing that excites me more than sacks of coins and gin. It's the one possession that I cannot do without, the one thing in this whole world that I really care about. Oh, money is my passion, it's my hero, it's my king. There's nothing that excites me more than sacks of coins and ching. It's the one possession that I cannot do without, the one thing in this whole world that I really care about, the one thing in this whole world that I really care about.
What should we do now? What did you do for your last birthday, Sarah?
I told stories to my dad.
Oh, please
Tell us a story,
Sarah.
Sarah, please.
All right. This is a story about magic, about how, if you believe with all your heart, what you wish for most of all will come true. Long ago, in the time of knights and ladies, there was an enchanted kingdom. One day, the king had to leave his kingdom to search for the golden arrows. His daughter, the princess, was very sad because her mother died a long time ago, and she knew she would be lonely without her father. While he was gone, the king, who was far too trusting, left the princess in the care of the cold and unfeeling Lady Malaquant.
Come with me at once. This is Mr. Barrow, your father's solicitor. He has some news for you.
There was a bad accident at your father's diamond mine in India. I regret to inform you that your father didn't survive.
He's dead?
Yes.
I must return to India to say my final goodbyes.
That's not possible. There is no money in his estate.
What?
Richard Crewe invested all his money in the diamond mine, but no diamonds were found.
But I haven't been paid for last month. And her birthday party cost me a small fortune.
Our firm is also owed money, Miss Minchin.
Then what am I to do?
She seems a healthy girl. I'm sure there's lots of work she can do to help pay off the debt.
On a day that should bring the child the most happiness, Sarah was suddenly alone in the world with no one to turn to. That night, dressed in rags, Sarah was marched to her new quarters, a cold, bleak attic room at the very top of the school.
Your clothing and other possessions will cover only part of the debt. So, tomorrow you start working for me. Not a room for a princess, is it? This is your life now. Get used to it. I want them to shine. If they don't, you do them all again.
Take that to my room when you're finished.
Yes, miss.
Going to throw this out. I thought you'd like some.
Becky, you don't have to share.
I want to.
This tastes so good. How will I ever repay you?
Tell me more about the little princess. Please, Sarah.
Okay, but Almilou wants to listen too. My father said that if I wish hard enough, she'll make what I want most come true.
Like real magic.
Our princess had also been given a magic doll by her father when he went to find the golden arrows, leaving her in the care of the mean Lady Malaquant. One day, when she was celebrating her birthday, a messenger arrived. He told her that her father, while on his quest for the golden arrows, had been slain by a fire-breathing dragon. The princess was heartbroken. But the mean Lady Malaquant didn't care. She forced the princess to live like a prisoner in the tower of the castle. And she treated the princess like a slave, working her cruelly from morning until night. The princess was very unhappy. But a secret friend shared some food with her, and the princess remembered there were good people in the world, and felt better.
Sarah? Sarah, go to bed. Right now.
I'd better get back to my room before she catches me. Will you tell me more of the story later?
Sure. Good night, Becky.
Good night.
Here's money for the market. I expect change. If you're short 1 penny, Sarah Crewe, you'll get no dinner. Do you understand? Off you go, then.
Here. No, that's my purse! Hey, stop! Help me, please! That boy stole my purse! Won't someone please help me?
This food is ruined.
I'm sorry, Miss Minchin.
Sorry, won't get my money back. You'll have to work it off like the rest of your debt. You'll start work tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock. You'll work till 8. There'll be no dinner tonight and no breakfast tomorrow. Do you understand?
Yes, Miss Minchin.
Good. Now go to your room.
Since the news of her father's death, Sarah had worked from dawn until dusk and had gone to bed hungry every night. With only a crust of bread for supper and no hope of breakfast tomorrow, Sarah wondered if she would have the strength to carry on.
A tear, I can feel it in my heart, someplace we'll never be apart. Somewhere far from home, there's a place where I won't be alone, a place where dreams come true, someplace I'll always be with you. There's such a thing as miracles, that's what you always said. I wish for it each morning and each night I go to bed. Somewhere far from home, there's a place where I won't be alone, a place where dreams come true, some place I'll always be with you.
Waste not, want not, Ermengarde.
I'm sorry.
I'm not hungry, Miss Minchin.
Well, that's a first.
Miss Minchin and the other girls could not understand why Ermi had no appetite. But Ermi knew why. Late that night, while the others slept, Ermi slipped out of bed and snuck out of her room on a secret mission.
Ermi, what are you doing here? You could get in trouble with Miss Minchin.
I don't care. I had to see you.
Come in quickly, before someone comes. Thank you, Ermi.
You helped me once. It was my turn to help you. You must be very lonely here.
Sometimes it can be the loneliest place in the world. But I have my doll, and Becky, and now you. And my room is suddenly as happy a place as anywhere on Earth.
What is going on here?
It was my idea. I asked Ermi to sneak some food up to my room.
It doesn't matter. Ermengarde knows the rules. I will be writing to your father. He won't be happy to learn that your behavior is as bad as your marks.
Oh, please don't tell my father, Miss Minchin.
To your room. Lavinia, make sure she gets there.
Yes, Miss Minchin.
As for you, Sarah Crewe, disobey me again and I promise you I'll put you out on the street, homeless and penniless. You won't be needing this.
Sarah,
Good morning, Becky.
you were thinking about your father, weren't you?
Yes.
I miss mine too.
What happened to him?
He and my mother died of fever in my village. I came to live with my aunt in England, but she died soon after. Working for Miss Minchin was the only way I could survive.
One day we won't be working for Miss Minchin.
You think so?
I know it. And when that happens, we'll live together, you and me, like two sisters.
Really?
Yes, I promise. And we'll have a big house, and there'll always be lots of food. And you'll never have to scrub a pot or fill an inkwell again.
We'll live like princesses.
Sarah, Becky, come down at once. There's work to be done.
There was indeed much work to be done, for the day was a very important one. It was the Minchin School's annual Parents' Day. The annual Parents' Day was the social event of the school season, attended as it was by the schoolgirls' aristocratic mothers and fathers.
It's great to be of nobility, gentlemen and ladies of civility. Our manners are exemplary, our etiquette so pure, so steeped in higher learning, and our daughters quite demure. It's great to be of nobility, gentlemen and ladies of tranquility. Our reading is impeccable, with styling of rare taste, our laws perfectly manicured with nothing out of place. It's great to be of nobility, gentlemen and ladies of civility. Our manners are exemplary, our etiquette so pure, so steeped in higher learning, and our daughters quite demure.
Lord Arundel, Lady Arundel, so glad you could attend our Parents' Day.
This is for the school. And this is for you, Miss Minchin, for taking such good care of our daughter, Virginia.
Thank you so much, Lord Arundel. Please enjoy the party.
Miss Minchin, have you seen my parents? I can't find them.
Oh, Lavinia, I forgot. A message arrived this morning. Your parents are still in France on business. They'll see you in the new year. Duchess, welcome. So good of you to come. Please enjoy the party.
This is the best pastry at the party. I saved it for you. I know what it's like to be alone.
We are missing 3 spoons, 2 forks, and a soup ladle. All silver. A considerable loss, as you all must know. If the guilty party comes forward now, I may be persuaded to show leniency and forgive this transgression. All right, then. I will find my silverware, and when I do, the thief will be turned over to the police.
Although innocent of the crime, Sarah and Becky were Miss Minchin's prime suspects, and nothing would change her mind. After a long, hard day cleaning up after the party, Sarah returned sad and exhausted to her attic room.
I found no silver.
That's because I didn't steal any.
But I did find this.
Give it back! It's mine! It doesn't belong to you!
Of course it belongs to me. To pay off your father's debt.
Please, it's only worth a few shillings.
A few shillings I wouldn't have if I let you keep it.
Don't be sad, Sarah.
Amalou was all I had left of my father. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. It's just a piece of wood.
But the princess in your story wouldn't talk like that. She wouldn't give up.
That's just a story, Becky. It's not true. I'll never see my father again.
But you have to believe, Sarah. Isn't that what your father taught you?
It's too late. I've nothing left.
The princess thought she'd lost everything too. So what happened next?
I don't remember.
Sarah?
The cruel Lady Malaquant kept the princess in the tower and warned her that the slightest disobedience would send her to the dungeon. One day, just to punish the princess, Lady Malaquant stole the princess's magic doll. The princess was heartbroken, for without the doll's magic, she knew she would never get to see her father, the king, again. And so that very night, the princess and her servant girl decided to get the doll back from Lady Malaquant, knowing that if they were caught, it would be the end for both of them.
Why, Mr. Barrow, what brings you here? Some good news, I hope? Perhaps an unexpected payment towards Miss Sarah's debt?
Excellent news, Miss Minchin. I'm happy to inform you that Mr. Richard Crewe is alive.
Alive?
It seems Mr. Crewe was mistaken for his partner, who died in the mining accident. Mr. Crewe himself was gravely injured and asked to be returned to England to see his daughter one last time. I've come to take Sarah to him.
I see.
Is there a problem?
No. I mean, not really. Well, actually, yes. Sarah's not here.
Not here?
Last night, she ran away.
Ran away?
Sarah grieved for her father. It has made her unstable.
The child was under your care, Miss Minchin. If anything has happened to her, I can assure you...
I'll find her. By this evening, I promise.
I sincerely hope so, Miss Minchin.
Lavinia? Lavinia?
Yes, Miss Minchin?
Get the girls together. We're going to search every street and alley in London until we find Sarah and Becky.
What happened, Miss Minchin?
That is none of your business, Lavinia. Just do as I say. Now go.
For the first time in her life, Miss Minchin was truly afraid. She had until sundown to find one small girl in one very large city. At that moment, Sarah and Becky were making their way towards the London docks, where Sarah knew a ship lay ready to set sail for India.
Keep your eyes peeled, Becky. We can't get caught. The Empress doesn't leave until tonight.
Sailing halfway around the world to find your father? Right now, I just wish we could get some food. I'm starving.
Hungry girls?
Ah, yes, very.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Becky!
Sarah could not be caught. If she didn't make it safely to the boat, any chance of finding her father would be lost forever. But unbeknownst to Sarah, her father was already back in London and praying that he could hold his daughter one last time.
Ran away, you say? Last night?
Miss Minchin said your daughter's grief made her unstable.
This is all my fault. I should never have left her in the first place.
Please go. Mr. Crewe must conserve his energy.
No, he stays. Tell me, what's being done to find her?
Miss Minchin assures me your daughter will be found this evening.
Well, what if she's wrong? Call in Scotland Yard. Hire private investigators. I don't care what it costs. Find my daughter.
Hurry, girls. We have 5 more streets to search before lunch.
Miss Minchin has all the girls searching for us.
We have to hide until it's dark. In there!
So tell me more of the princess story while we wait.
The princess knew in her heart that the king could not be dead. And so she and the loyal servant girl set out to find him. They eluded the Black Knights Lady Malaquant had sent to capture them and hid in the magic forest. In a peasant's hut deep in the heart of the forest lay the king. Just as the princess had hoped, Her father was alive, but gravely wounded. Unless he saw his daughter again, he would surely die.
Sarah? What happened next? Did the princess find the king in time?
I don't know. The story suddenly stops. Maybe it's better we don't know the ending.
Straight to bed, girls. We'll continue to look for Sarah and Becky in the morning.
It's your fault they ran away. They wouldn't have gone if you'd treated them better.
Lavinia! How dare you address me that way?
She's right. You're wrong to make Sarah feel unwanted.
Inside, all of you! Now!
She can't have just disappeared.
I assure you, sir, she will be found.
What's that?
What?
Give me the newspaper. That's it! I should have guessed.
What is it, sir?
Sarah's getting on that boat tonight. She's off to India to find me.
But she was told you were dead. It doesn't make sense.
It does if you know my daughter. Take me there at once.
I must forbid it.
Doctor, I don't have much time. If my daughter gets on that boat, I'll never see her again.
But, sir, if you travel tonight, you may not see the morning.
It's a chance I must take.
Nothing was going to stop Richard Crewe. An ambulance was summoned, and he, his doctor, and Mr. Barrow were on their way to the London docks. Sarah and Becky reached the dock slip, where the Empress of India awaited. But how could they get aboard unnoticed?
You'll never make it.
I'll make it. I have to.
The ship leaves in 15 minutes. We're 20 minutes away.
Tell them faster. Faster!
Faster.
Can we sit up and watch the ship cast off?
No, Becky, it wouldn't be safe.
Sarah? Sarah!
Can't we just take a little peek?
Okay, but just a peek.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
Sarah!
Father?
Sarah!
Father!
Thank heaven!
Oh, Father, Father!
Sarah, my little Sarah, I found you.
I knew you'd come back.
I must say, Mr. Crewe, your recovery is nothing short of miraculous.
Not so miraculous, Doctor, when there's something to live for.
Father, are we going to stay here in London now that you bought the Minchin School?
Yes, and I've already picked out a big new house where we'll live. Just the three of us.
I told you we'd be sisters, and we'll live just like princesses.
Like in your story. I guess we know now how it ends. But what happened to the evil Lady Maliquant?
Excuse me, Father. Where are you going, Miss Minchin?
I'm not wanted here, so it's best I go.
My father believes everyone deserves a second chance. I bet there's a place for you here if you want it.
You'd have me back? After the way I treated you? Sarah Crewe, you truly are a princess.
And so all ended well for the princess and her father, and she and the servant girl returned with the king to the palace, where together they lived happily ever after.
Some say that it was the magic of the doll Amalou that brought Sarah and her father together. Others believe it was Sarah's loving and noble heart that made the one thing she most wished for come true.